here we go. Here we go. I don't care what Rage Man says. I don't care what Rage Man says. We need some of that ESPN music in the background. I wonder if we could lower it. All this bum ass music. My band has stopped working all of a sudden. Yeah. He in the mix though. Should JJ Redick be in for a head coaching job? How did this switch on me? Nah, that's foul how this switched on me. I think so. I think y'all are, going a little too crazy on my man. Trying to see if anybody's gonna come in here. Yeah, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Should JJ Redick talk about it, man? Should JJ Redick be up for head coach of the Raptors, man? Where is this thing at? Should JJ Redick be the head coach of the Raptors? I don't think so. Especially after you see what happened with Steve Nash. It's not gonna happen anyway. I don't think so. Here he goes. You can hear me? You can hear me? I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
What's good?
Good, man. We got 13 minutes. I gotta go in 13 minutes. Hopefully, else
All
somebody.
good, man. All good.
So, why do you think he shouldn't be? Let's introduce this right. I got the AllBallTV Friday thing up. What the hell's going on?
Yeah, I just noticed that.
Why the hell, something happened with this, man? Anyway, JJ Redick was up for a head coach, supposedly a head coaching position.
Yeah.
With the Toronto Raptors. Now, I think someone like you, someone like Dime, you guys are super into old school, respect the old school. And JJ Redick now, he's become the icon of you guys were plumbers back in the day.
Yeah. I don't even think it's that. You know what's crazy? I don't even think it's that, because when I heard somebody of that age say that, it's like, bro, like, you're not the youngest guy. Like, you trying to be super modernist. I think he your age, Fabian, no disrespect to you. But it's more so like I said it before with Draymond Green. it ain't even like the I'm going the super modernist route. It's more so they like the JJ Redicks, the Richard Jeffersons, the Draymond Greens. They like the liaison between the people who weren't good enough to make it to the league and the people that are ass amongst their peers in the league.
Right.
So that's the thing I'm taking. That's the route I think he portrays. And I don't, like I said before in the chat, what he's saying is not earth-shattering knowledge. Like, this is pretty much known stuff. What is he really giving us? Some detailed play-by-play situations that happen in the locker room? Yes, but is he really like shattering the earth with what he's saying? I don't think so at all. And he's just as good as the people who he on the show with. Like, you keep debating with Stephen A. Smith. That doesn't show me that you smart at all. Right. Skip Bayless left Stephen A. Smith, started his own show, and built Shannon Sharp up. I get now Skip Bayless, he has his cons, but he was 40 years in a journalism business. So you being on TV with a success in Stephen A. Smith, let's keep it a buck. JJ Redick is not the star of that show. It's Stephen A. Smith. You being on that show does not give you any credentials to be a head coach, and certainly not your professional career.
But I don't think that's what it is for me. Like, I just think he's clearly smart. He's eloquent. Him being on that show to me is what you're saying though. The Draymonds of the world, they wanted a representative up there because it was, what's my man's name? Not my man. This guy. Here's my man. Mad Dog.
Mad Dog. Yep.
Okay, Mad Dog is the guy who helped create all of this. Like, nobody understands that part. New York City talk radio. He was that
shock jock, yeah,
he's that. It was him. It was Mad Dog Russo and the other guy of not Frank, Mike Francesa. I forgot to say.
Yeah, one of them, the Mike and Mike show. One of those guys.
No, not Mike and Mike Francesa. Mike Francesa and Mad Dog were New York City radio. They were sports talk radio. They helped create this whole wave. Like what Stephen A. Smith does, they do that. The way they sound, the way we sound as New York fans, that's how they would sound. Imagine them on the radio in the 90s.
Facts, crazy.
So there was no internet. So I think you have that with somebody like, he goes crazy overboard, Mad Dog. What is he talking about sometimes, right?
Facts.
And I think JJ Redick is there to represent that, and he went overboard because you can see when it gets too emotional.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's why he should be discounted as a head coach. You know what I mean? Like, he's just. It's an opinion. You're going back and forth.
Let's. Yeah. I mean, I just see, like, when other candidates, I mean, he's asked out. I mean, look at Joe Mazzulla. Joe Mazzulla, out of college. I don't really know his background like that, but I certainly.
Went to West Virginia.
My point was, you don't have to necessarily be a professional player to have a good basketball mind. Like, there's so many other people with different approaches to the game that can show something. Like, what is JJ Redick said to give off the impression that what he's going to do is really going to turn the Toronto Raptors around, hypothetically? Because it's easy to tank. Anybody can tank.
Right.
Literally any coach can tank. What can you do to keep them in playoff contention, like I was talking about earlier?
Yeah, no, I think it's about sticking to the plan. I don't think it's about whatever the Toronto Raptors plan is, the basketball plan. If you got a guy there, it's like Greg Popovich, like, they're tanking, but I think there's a way to do it. They're tanking really well, where I think they're still developing them kids, man. They look good. True. Still. I've seen
that's what the Raptors need to do, because again, the only way the Raptors gonna get as good as they were with Kawhi is if they do it through the draft or trades. They're not getting a free agent to come to Canada.
Because, like we talked about, Nick Nurse was really he was a rookie coach. Yep. So I don't like JJ Redick would not be walking into that because they have a fire sale going on in Toronto, right?
Mm-hmm.
But again, I think it's gonna, like, I just find it amazing how divided people are over JJ Redick, because I get it. Like, dime dropper, you know how Dime is. He got
He got some of this. I mean, I think I told you this. I had a run-in with JJ. He came on my page saying something.
Yeah,
but it's a little more personal for me. But yeah.
But I know his mentality. Like, I think when him and Richard Jefferson go back and forth, I like him. I just feel like he likes to debate. I think he's just one of us. To be honest with you, he has too much of us in him because he has a point of view. So, but to be a head coach, like they overlook Steve Kerr was he was a rookie head coach when they went to the finals, or they won 67 games.
Was. Yep.
Okay, but that came after being a general manager.
Mm-hmm.
That came after after broadcasting like JJ Redick. So there was some time where he got to develop relationships, improve, his wherewithal, and then being a general manager really prepped him because now you're telling people what to do. JJ Redick, I mean, I think doing a podcast and stuff like that and doing what we're doing here, I really believe that has some say-so in, running a media company. That's a big deal. That's a major deal. So for JJ Redick has a lot of pluses going in his direction. Now, I think the Steve Nash thing, I can't make it. I know we can't make it about race or whatever people hate to do that, but
you have to, man. You have to. Saying you can't make it about race. Saying you can't make it about race is just as extreme as saying I'm colorblind to the situation. Like, come on, man. You have to.
Mm-hmm.
But like you were saying, it's other people that had a learning tree. Look at Udoka. He came from the pop tree. Then I think he went to I think he was on the Nets before he went to no, he was part of the Nets. He was somewhere else before he went to the Celtics. Yeah, he was on the Nets. Udoka. So there's been learning trees for players. I just don't think what kind of precedent would it be for a guy a role player who ain't really never outside of this fame he's getting now off of a podcast. When have we talked about JJ Redick this much?
Nah, never.
Outside of his college career.
Yeah, yeah, never. But because he like Pat McAfee in a different kind of way. He earned his way, his stay in the media world. I think there's a certain middle of the pack when you're a head coach or all these administrative positions to be in, because Tom Thibodeau was on ESPN at a certain point. Stan Van Gundy's now on ESPN. So this is part of, I think, the new way of being a coach. Like all that, being a part of a fraternity, that makes sense also because it helps you. Even looking Budenholzer in Milwaukee just got canned. He was part of
he came from the Pops tree.
From the pop tree. So, but I don't think there's any way that the Raptors are gonna I think a major factor is gonna be the Steve Nash thing and then the white and black thing. Masai Ujiri is African. And Masai Ujiri went through that public, like I don't call it embarrassing. I don't know how embarrassing it was for him, but it was disturbing when he was trying to get to the court when they won
in the finals.
So I think symbolically it might weigh a lot. It would have, like, for me, JJ Redick would have to impress the shit out of him in an interview because of everything you're saying. It holds weight to it. It's very polarizing for him to be as a head coach, and you're going to be in these head coach fraternities when there's no way Popovich and these guys haven't spoken to Jerry. Jerry West is somebody you might have to deal with.
Right, exactly. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't like, at some point, knowledge has to come into play when you get in that position like that. You say something as dumb as him and Chris Bosh said about Bill Russell, then these dudes check you. Like, everybody saw it. You say nothing, they're going to think you're soft. Yeah. They're going to think you soft. You ain't even stick up for yourself. You said nothing. So
I don't think that they're going to think they're soft, but there's still going to be contention there. But I'm sure business is business. Like, Jerry West and JJ Redick at that point, Jerry West is already proven. He ain't got to prove nothing to anybody. Right. But JJ Redick at that point will have to persevere over these stigmas.
What they said,
And that's where I think if you do watch him, I think he does compartmentalize everything. Like, that's what he does. I think he's very good at that and speaking on these things. So if like I like him. I'm a fan of his.
Yeah, I like JJ. I like JJ outside of our thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think, and then Richard Jefferson shouted him out and gave him I guess a vote of confidence in public. He tweeted something out for him. But I think these things matter for him. Like, a lot of this is just us being fans and just being able to vocalize whatever we're saying, whatever we feel. But JJ Redick, there's no way possible if he was even that close to being a head coach for the Raptors. This doesn't factor into Masai Ujiri's decision.
Yeah, I think it's just him being in talks. Him being in talks with the Raptors should be taken just as seriously as Becky Hammon being the coach. They've been talking about that for damn near a decade. They're never. I'm not trying to sound misogynistic. I'm sorry. Like, I don't think there should ever be a woman coach in the NBA. Like, how would that look? Like, come on. Like, these are grown men here. Like, these are grown black men. How is that going to look? A white lady telling them pros what to do. That's not going to look good. That's not a good look. And we in the world of optics, how is that going to look? I'm pretty sure that's what they want for a white lady to tell them what to do. But that's not going to work.
But again, you have to be ill. Like for you to say that, even me right now, I feel like, oh shit, we getting kicked off YouTube after that one, right?
Yeah.
But to be honest, that like we can't run from the reality of that is part of what it looks like. And I think if she is that good, then they're gonna have to hire her, because someone who's able to circumvent all of that, to know what's in front of them and still say, yo, I get all that, but I don't care. Like, I don't see. And again, that's why I asked yesterday, yo, how do we know who's a good head coach candidate or not?
We gotta see.
Right.
Yeah, facts.
And she's in the WNBA now. They won a chip, didn't they?
I don't even know. Is she still a coach?
I think she went to Vegas.
Yeah. No. I think she not on the Spurs coaching staff no more, is she?
No, because she's a head coach at for one of the WNBA teams. And again, but I think these are little things that we had. They're honest thoughts, and I think it's honest for us to have about her. And it's not about bashing women. It's really about bashing dudes, because we look at it like you gotta be an ill chick.
Oh God, you agree?
Yeah, you gotta be an ill chick to come in here and tell 24 dudes what to do. Right. It's just we live in that world where everything is changing. Women didn't have as many jobs 50 years ago. Now they're in the same place as men, and they're gonna tell men what to do in the sports world. That has never happened before.
Right.
So
exactly.
It is new. So all these thoughts, they're gonna sound crazy if you take them out of context and go, look at these two misogynistic idiots. It's like, nah, that's a real thing for Becky Hammon, who probably deserves that Toronto job.
Anybody, yes. She's been in talks for like 10 years. Like,
and just off of candidacy alone, off the fact they did that cosign, the Greg Popovich tree.
Facts.
There and to your point, that's the reason why she hasn't gotten a job. Because of that. It has to be. There's no way that Budenholzer, who we all were just like, yo, why is he a coach?
Yeah.
There's no way you can't give her a shot. The same way I was saying before, yo, I don't mind Doc Rivers being average and him being messing up like this, because now it gives us the average black dude as a head coach finally, as opposed to having all these white coaches. It doesn't make sense.
Like, it never added up. Yeah, like we were just talking about this not too long ago with D'Antoni. Like, these D'Antonis, these Rick Carlisles, it's the same thing with players. Like, some players are staying too long. Like, some players, the same thing with coaches. Coaches are staying too long. We need new coaches. D'Antoni should be gone. Carlisle should be gone. How long he been in the league? Damn near 30 years. Are you
crazy?
Older, yeah. Like, what is Indiana doing? Indiana not going nowhere no time soon. They basically a funnel for other teams.
Nah, I think Indiana.
How many good players Indiana then gave up since Larry Bird? They gave up Kawhi, PG, Malcolm Brogdon, Sabonis.
None under Carlisle except Sabonis was there, but they still did pretty well. They got Halliburton, and again, they're a small market team. And Indiana, the state, the basketball, like, I think he's a smart head coach. Rick Carlisle has never, he butted heads with.
Yeah, he really. Yeah, I'm gonna give Carlisle a benefit of the doubt though. But when you win one championship, we could put him in the same category as Doc Rivers.
Hell no. Hell to the no.
Yeah.
He had that Pistons team prepped up until Larry Brown got there and they traded for Rasheed Wallace. No way. They went to like four conference finals with him, if I'm not mistaken. In a row.
Yeah. It is kind of different.
Way different.
Rick Carlisle had talent.
Hell yeah. Rick Carlisle is that deal. And then he went to the Pacers, and the only reason why they didn't win and win the championship because Ron Artest went to the stands. Let's not forget.
Rick Carlisle. Reggie would have got his chip that year for sure.
Maybe so.
Any team that would have came out of the East in 2004 was gonna beat the Lakers.
Right, but everybody just needs a chance because where did Rick Carlisle was on the Boston Celtics bench, and then did he come from the Larry Brown tree?
I think so. So.
Everyone pretty much comes, like Popovich comes from the Larry Brown tree. The Larry Brown tree is heavy too, but again, that would be that one of those branches is Becky Hammond, and that's a bigger reason. That's why I wanted to talk to you, especially. Yeah. That's the bigger reason why those two things. What is the coach fraternity that JJ Redick is a part of? So that's politics, right. And also what's also political is, half the fans hate your guts because you called their favorite players, plumbers and whatever. You co-sign that. Right. So that I think what you're saying, and shout out to Scoop, what y'all are saying, there's merit to it. But I think it would take an exceptional dude. Like Ime Udoka, I think when you hear him talk, he seems pretty exceptional.
Facts, yeah. I'm actually excited. I'm not even a Rockets fan. I'm excited for next year for them.
Right. To see same way with in a similar way with when Rick Carlisle went from the Pistons to the Pacers, then he went to the Mavericks. It was in similar fashion because we've seen the talent there as a coach. Like, you're winning though. You know what I mean? So with Udoka, we hope to see him. We hope to see him winning though.
Yeah, how it's looking, I don't think Harden coming back. How Philly playing, I know we got the rumors. I don't think Harden coming back though. They gonna draw somebody with Udoka as the coach though.
Philly's winning though.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying, like, if Philly win, I don't think Harden is going to Houston, going back to Houston.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you jumping on. It was short.
Short and sweet.
Short and sweet, and we never do no Wednesdays. But that was a hot topic, and I wanted you to get that off because the group chat is great, but then we got to put that in the post. We get the engagement. Yeah, yeah, it sounds like cheap promotion, but I don't care.
With content, we got to, man.
We got to. Hey, thank you.
We got to.
Anyway, Rockstar Mel hates this music. But guess what? Probably later on, we're gonna watch the game. I'm gonna watch the Knicks live later on.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna be in there for sure.
So you already know.
Peace, man. See you later.